Oh, what's going on, guys? This is Instant Classic 8 here. Just mad bored right now. Sitting here watching my sorry Lakers up to their sorry ways again. God, that's horrible. Also off the loss of Virginia Tech losing the dumbest game I've seen in a long time to Boston College. I'm just not in a good mood for sports right now. But I'll go ahead and bring you this review of well, we're not review, preview, predictions for Cyber Sunday. I need to do it right now because it'll never get done. Alright, we're going to start off with Matt Hardy versus MVP. The fans have a choice between a boxing match, a wrestling match, or a mixed martial arts match. A boxing match, I don't want to see it because we've already seen Matt Hardy and Evander Holyfield, and for them two to have a boxing match now, it just wouldn't seem right. Mixed martial art match. Though it sounds good, I don't think those guys could really do it. I mean, I'm not saying they can't, but it's just I can't see that them doing a MMA match and actually be good. They're gonna be mad sloppy and just going out there and trying to put on something. So I hope if this is legit, which is probably not, that the fans vote for a wrestling match because we need to see a wrestling match between these two. I don't think we've seen a match between these two since Great American Bash, which was a very sloppy match, at least by MVP standard. I can see. I see MVP winning that match, whatever it is. Rey Mysterio versus Finlay. You have a stretcher match, a no disqualification match, or which I predicted during my No Mercy review, a shillelagh on the pole match, which I did not think would happen, but when it popped up, I could not stop laughing. I actually voted for shillelagh on the pole. I really don't care about this match that much. I'm not big on Rey Mysterio. Finlay, he's good, but I can pass by him. It'll surprise me if we don't see anything less than a stretcher match. I really can't see a no DQ match going on. And Shillelagh in the pole, it's funny. I thought of it. I didn't think of it. But it's funny, so it would be good to see. But I'd rather see the stretcher match. Just because the way their match on No Mercy ended with, Finlay being carried out by the stretcher and everything. Whatever. Finlay wins. Divas Halloween costume contest, strictly for eye candy. I hope they look good, which they always do. If any, or Lillian Garcia's in it, that's a surpriser. If anyone other than Tori Wilson wins this contest, then that'll shock me because she wins every single Divas contest known in the WWE. I mean, just go back and you see every single one. If she doesn't win it, then she's not involved in it. So I take Tori Wilson in this, of course. Triple H versus Umaga. Street fight, a first blood match, or a steel cage match. Personally, I want to see a street fight. Steel cage match, that can get boring. We've seen it before. Well, not really before, but we've seen the steel cage match with Triple H and Vince McMahon. It was nothing. Even if we put Umaga in there, it's still not going to be, that good. First blood match, get kind of played out, so I really don't want to see it. But a street fight would be good between these two. That really could be a good match because you could have interference by Vince McMahon, possibly someone else. But yeah, I can see a street fight going. And then with that, you'll probably see interference by like Hornswoggle or something. I don't know, whatever. Triple H to win the match. We have the ECW Championship, CM Punk versus Big Daddy V, The Miz, or John Morrison. If it's anyone other than John Morrison, it would surprise me. Hopefully it is John Morrison. We have the two of them go at it, but if they do, they need to pull off a great match. We still haven't had it yet. The SummerSlam match was alright. The Great American Bash match was okay. The Vengeance match was alright. The ECW match was great. But we need a really, really, really good pay-per-view quality match between these two, and I hope we get it this time around. If they do put Big Daddy V, it wouldn't surprise me because they are pushing him. But I would rather see Punk and Morrison go at it. And I can say John Morrison wins. That's just my opinion. Probably CM Punk will win, but I just hope John Morrison wins. World Heavyweight Championship match. Batista defends his championship against The Undertaker. Fans vote special guest referee. Mick Foley, Steve Austin, or JBL. The way they've been pushing JBL's character on the recent editions of SmackDown, it would surprise me if it's not JBL. People keep saying, of course, the fans gonna vote Austin, but they could play something different where the fans actually voted JBL, or maybe like JBL had like a George Bush, like you know they rigged the voting so that he win. I mean, it's typical for him because he is a heel. So I expect to see something like that. How JBL rigged the votings and rigged the votes and had all these votes for him or whatever. So JBL should be the guest referee. The winner of the match, I can see. I'll say the Undertaker. And I'll get back to that whole thing because I do have a theory on what's going to happen. Then we go to the WWE Championship match: Randy Orton versus Kennedy, Jeff Hardy, or Shawn Michaels. It would surprise me if it's anyone other than Shawn Michaels. If it is, I doubt it's Jeff Hardy, and I don't think it's Kennedy. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it was Kennedy, but I can't see anyone other than Shawn Michaels just because of the whole thing they got going on. I really don't see Shawn Michaels winning the championship this early back in his return. So I look for Randy Orton to return. And plus, yeah, Randy Orton, just the way his character, I think he needs to have a long title reign, just to cement his character, basically. But that's not taking anything away from Shawn Michaels. So see Randy Orton keeping the title against Shawn Michaels. That's my guess. But back to the Batista Undertaker match. There have been reports, and it's even on WWE.com. It doesn't say it, but his picture is on there that Edge is supposed to return at Survivor Series. But I honestly think that he will return this Sunday at Cyber Sunday. And the reason is it's hard for anybody like the WWE to build up the return of a feud. And I've told people that I think he's coming back, at Cyber Sunday, and they've told me it's stupid because, it's dumb for you to have a surprise return because it does nothing for the buy rates, and I agree with that. When they had Triple H and Rey Mysterio, pushing them to come back at SummerSlam and pushing the Undertaker to come back at Unforgiven, it helped the buy rates because people wanted to watch it. I ordered both of those pay-per-views, and it was alright return, but the thing is, for Edge, it's going to be hard to do that because he's a heel, and why would you build up the return of a heel? And plus, it would have more impact for his character since he is a heel to have a surprise attack basically in this match between Batista and Undertaker, and come in and spear one of them, or even spear both of them. We see a no contest or something. I know that's stupid on a pay-per-view, but if you're setting up for one of your big four, it makes sense. He's gonna have to return. He's not gonna return at Survivor Series. He's gonna have to return before that, and I do not see him returning on an episode of SmackDown because a return on a taped event it doesn't make sense. Not in this age. Maybe a couple years ago, but now it's just because the wrestling websites are running too rapid, and WWE will spoil it anyway if he did return on SmackDown. And I know he's not coming on Raw. He better not come back on Raw because he needs to stay on SmackDown. So I can see him coming back Cyber Sunday. People say Jericho's coming back. Jericho might show up this Monday. Who knows? It wouldn't, it would surprise me if he does, but whatever. I'm not going to be let down if he doesn't. So I say the biggest thing that come out of Cyber Sunday is that Edge will return and interfere in the Batista Undertaker match. Hopefully I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. Overall, the pay-per-view, it could be good. No, it could be good. That's what I'm saying. It could be good. It's not going to be a great pay-per-view. It could be good. I'm not going to say it's going to let me down because I haven't seen it yet. I was planning on going to Cyber Sunday because it's in Washington, D.C. It's only a couple hours away from me. But, I just said, the last two pay-per-views I've been to kind of let me down. Like Armageddon last year, other than the ladder match, it was alright. I mean, other than the ladder match, the pay-per-view was, kind of on the iffy side. The main event sucked. But, yeah, that, and then the year before, going to SummerSlam 2005 in Washington, D.C., I was just, even though being at the event was good, I was just let down. So the past two pay-per-views, I was let down. So I just said, I'll just skip Cyber Sunday and just wait till they come back to Richmond just to go to, a show or whatever. So, hopefully the card looks alright. Hopefully the pay-per-view is good. We'll see. Instant Classic 8.